Promotional consideration paid for by the Comic Corps.
Comic Corps rhymes with comic. Horse rhymes with Baltimore. I heard you got room for one more. Pick me, Comic Corps.
At this point, you guys know that Bear Island Comics will be joining us in Baltimore for Baltimore Comic Con. He is the winner of the contest, but just because the contest is over does not mean that you guys cannot get in on the action. October 18th through the 20th in beautiful Charm City. The guest list is stacked. Jim Lee's going to be there. Adam Hughes is going to be there. The Comic Corps is going to be there. This is not our first con together, but every time we get together, it is better than the last. You do not want to miss it. Make sure you stay tuned to the Comic Corps channel to find out where we're going to be on the floor, when you're going to be able to meet up with us, and what we're going to be doing after hours, because that's when the fun really, really begins. Book your tickets now, guys. I will see you in Baltimore. Hello and welcome to Dru Manchu's Comic Book Reviews. I'm your host, Dru Manchu, and today we're going to review Future Foundation #1. Marvel's giving us a brand new relaunch of the Future Foundation, and I'm telling you right now, guys, the prognosis is not good. I'm loving Dan Slott's Fantastic Four right now, but the one sore spot I do have is Franklin Richards and Valeria Richards are not being used to their full potential. I was hoping that Future Foundation would be a book where the two of them could get together and shine. But when you flip to the cast page, they're nowhere to be found. What you do get is half a power pack, some familiar faces, and Yondu Udanta as a guest lecturer. Now this is the MCU Yondu, not the Yondu from Guardians 3000 or the original Guardians of the Galaxy, who's a total badass, but MCU Yondu, who works in the movies but does not work in the comics. Every time I see that Yondu is going to be in a book, it automatically turns me off. And man, is he littered throughout this one. The book starts off with Yondu selling Julie Power in for a bounty. Basically, they're using her as the Wookiee prisoner gag to break in so they can break somebody out. Yondu makes sure to ask her if she's used the special shampoo he gave her, so you can tell there's a gag coming around the corner. Then we get a giant splash page of the whole Future Foundation, and we get introductions to who everybody is, except for we don't get introductions to who everybody is. We get Alex Power, we get Bentley 23, we get Onome, Dragon Man, and one of the Moloids, Tong. There's another Moloid in the picture. He's completely ignored. And Artie and Leech are there, but they're not even mentioned. Bentley 23 is kind of a cool character. He's a clone of the Fantastic Four villain, the Wizard, and he's a super genius, so that's pretty badass. And Onome is a Wakandan super genius. When Julie gets to processing, they go to shave her head, and they realize that the gag with the shampoo is nanobots. They clog up the razor, so she's got a little racing streak of shaved head in her full blonde head of hair. Then we get the whole team spying on Julie while she talks under her breath and gives her own exposition for where she's been in the Marvel Universe for the past couple of years, Avengers Academy and all that nonsense. I never read that book, so I don't know what she's talking about. And while they're spying on all the other prisoners, they see Reed Richards is locked up here. Alex Power's first instinct is to abandon their plan and rescue Reed Richards. So yeah, great leadership. Meanwhile, Julie is bonding with her new cellmate, who is the girl that she's apparently trying to break out of prison. We don't really get any sort of explanation as to why. Alex is enacting his plan to save Reed, and we finally get some involvement from Artie and Leech, because they're brought along, so part of the plan can be for Dragon Man to make sure that they get back safe. So they couldn't just wait, I guess. Now the prison break is on and they're going to rescue Reed at the same time. It's basically a whole mishmash of different action scenes going on. We do get some cool stuff with some character moments for each of these team members. Well, for a few of the team members. Onome talks about growing up in the shadow of Black Panther and looking up to Shuri. Julie flexes her power of light speed travel, leaving a rainbow behind. Alex, he flexes his gravity powers as well as regains some confidence. And after a little bit of coaxing, Bentley 23 joins the fight, showing that he might be the most formidable out of all of these characters. In the middle of the fray, they believe they see Reed Richards, but turns out all along it was the Maker. In concept, the Future Foundation should work. A team of child geniuses traversing the multiverse, solving problems, working together, learning about themselves and each other. In practice, this book is incredibly lopsided with a cast of characters that are incredibly underserved. No love for the mutants, no love for the Moloids, no love for the Uhari. The damn Uhari don't even show up in this book. With the exception of Bentley 23 and Onome, this is basically Power Pack plus Yondu. This doesn't even mention the fact that the main mission of this book is nonsense. The title card suggests that they should be searching for Owen Reese, pieces of the Molecule Man. Instead, they're breaking an unrelated person out of prison for no apparent reason. Is there a chance that this is connected to the Molecule Man? If not, why not say something about it? It's issue 1 of your book. You want to set this story up to move forward. I feel like Jeremy Whitley bit off more than he could chew here. We're not building a team as we go along. We have a ready set cast of characters. Take the time to introduce them. If you're not going to give me the Franklin and Valeria stories I really want, at least give me something compelling with the characters we get. The art here is also not my cup of tea. The character designs are cartoony and seem like they're aimed towards animation. It's tonally inconsistent from panel to panel, and sometimes Alex Power's face looks like a 12-year-old with stubble. It's kind of off-putting. And I want to know what kind of steroids Bentley 23 is on, because I don't know any kind of nerdy kid genius with washboard abs like that. I was really looking forward to this book, and I'm really disappointed, to be honest. I thought to myself, maybe it's just not for me. Maybe I'm not the target audience. I thought to myself, who is the target audience for this book? Is it kids? I mean, it's bright, it's colorful, it's cartoony. It's a book about students. It's also a book that has a college dropout lamenting the failure of her lesbian relationship. So I don't really think it's for kids. It certainly isn't for the fans of Jonathan Hickman's Future Foundation, or the way that they've appeared in the comics in the past few years. Future Foundation #1 just does not make the grade. 1.5 out of 5. I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, give us a subscribe, and hit that notification bell. That way you know anytime the Comic Core is going live. Alternatively, if you'd like to support us monetarily, you can buy some of our Comic Core t-shirts. They're available on our TeePublic store. Click the link in the description below, or just go to the TeePublic website, type in Comic Core, and then shop till you drop. Do you have a hot date coming up? Maybe a job interview? We're putting up new designs all the time. You can check out this Dru Manchu Bebe t-shirt. Impress your friends, your neighbors, and potential employers with your style. They're available in a plethora of different colors. Check the link in the description below.